Well, good afternoon, Longhaultanker, straight razor shaving with Longhaultanker. And today is Thursday, the 10th of April, 2025 at approximately 16:45, that's 4:45 p.m. Mountain Time. And I'm at the Lowe's truck stop in Laramie, Wyoming on Interstate 80, headed to the Great Northwest, Portland, Oregon, and delivery in Vancouver, Washington on Monday morning. And so that's what's going on, and it's been an interesting few days. I'm not going to dwell too much on it. I may not even talk very much. I kind of like what Jared Connerty, the Superior Shave, his last video, what he did. I don't have much noise outside. I have no music outside. He was talking about the ridiculous violations, copyright violations, and anytime there's music outside the door in the hallway, I always get penalized. So I like what he did with the voiceover. That takes too much edit time, and I don't want to fool around with it. So I just may, after get to a certain point, just cut the audio track out and just have a video. I doubt it, but it sure sounds good. All right. For the introduction of the equipment, our razor today is let's see if I can, it's a Robeson Sure Edge, American steel. Let's see if I can. Yeah, Rochester, New York. Robeson Sure Edge, and blank on the back side. But I like the hand forged tooling that it has there. So. Not quite a 6/8, I would call it. There's probably, what is that, 11/16 or something. It's bigger than a 5/8, but just barely bigger. So, mahogany, plastic. And I would buy this again if I found one in as good a condition as that. I didn't pay a lot for it. I bought it several years ago, when I was jumping into the vintage razors, which early on I said I was not going to do. My soap, but the temptation got too great and I didn't know what I was talking about. Zingari Man, the Navigator, is what I'm using tonight, or on this trip. The Navigator, Zingari Man, has a ocean scent to it. It's been described as kind of a dirty ocean. No, scratch that. That's a different one. That's the Watchman. This is aquatic, but it's very sweet smelling. And then my brush is the 27 millimeter bore from Zenith. And this style of handle is supposed to be some kind of throwback. Anyway, all right. Let's get the lather going here. This one's about. Yeah, it's got several more shades left in it, but it's starting to wear thin. So I've come over my first set of mountains, the Continental Divide on I-80 between Cheyenne and Laramie. And with April well upon us, this is about the time 10 years ago that I was contemplating hobbies that I could do in the truck because I was bored. Now, I didn't show it to you, but I'm going to use the George Wistenhome pre-1891, the old, small razor for my head shave later, and I'll show it to you as it comes up. I've been a little delinquent in watching videos. I did watch 2 or 3 rather hurriedly while I was home. And I will say that I was home. I got some good rest. I told my boss, I said, I've got to have it. Because I was going to have that examination for my emergency, my follow-up. Because I was in Oklahoma City, had that emergency with the kidney stone, and still awaiting the results from that. I've had no further pain since that event on 2 weeks ago, Tuesday. Now, I cannot say with certainty what stone this Robeson Sure Edge was honed up on, but I have a suspicion that it was probably the Shapton glass set progression. So that would take it out to 30,000. All right, let's get going here. And dry my hands. And so my plan is tomorrow I'll either be in Hayburn or Bliss, Idaho at the Love Truck Stops there. And then the next day on to Boardman, the Love Truck Stop at Boardman, Oregon. And then it puts me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to Portland or Troutdale. I like staying at the Love Truck Stop at Troutdale, but there is a truck stop closer to my point of delivery, and about 7 miles. And but I've heard bad things about it, and we'll see what happens there. All right, let's get going here. And so these first few strokes feel good. I feel like they're taking the whiskers off just fine. Well, I went down to the truck, what would be Tuesday night, Tuesday afternoon. Got down there about, I don't know, 6 o'clock, and discovered that my battery was dead on the truck. And so I had just bought some new jumper cables because it was dead 2-3 weeks ago when I went down there, and I had to jump it off the old ones, and the old ones were frayed, so I ordered some new cables. It took 45 minutes. I wasn't happy, but I had been off for a few days, and one thing I've discovered is that truck, this old truck, does not have a battery kill switch, which every truck that I have driven heretofore since 2012 has had a battery kill switch. So I got all my gear stowed away, packed up, put away. While it was charging the batteries. coming along nicely. Nice moderate temperatures up here today. Had blue skies and sunshine and everything just looking lovely. I got good hot water. I have good hot water for the shower. I got good hot water for the shave. And that's all good. All right, pass number 3, get against the grain. I always start with my left hand coming up on the right side of my face. And when I come across that jawline, I'm coming up the side. I would keep my razor just as flat as possible. I don't know if you can notice, but watch the draw. Watch the edge. Which direction is it going? Now notice this way, I'm going right up But this way, I come back. I'm pulling back. I don't know if you saw that. That way I get the whiskers going this way, and I get the whiskers coming this way. Always being careful not to cut myself. Because whenever you move the edge laterally, more of a risk. And it is. Now, as I did that stroke, same idea, pushing from heel to toe, pushing forward. That one was pulling back from toe to heel, pulling backward. Oh, I watched also Matty Lindholm's latest video. He's a straight razor shaver out of Sweden, and very interesting to watch. Very nice. Yeah, I think that looks okay. And that's good enough for now anyway, until I get back to the truck and give it a good strapping. All right, let's do a head shave. And we're in for about 45 minutes, and this won't take too terribly long. Well, both yesterday and today, my day started pretty much wheels rolling at about 5:45, 6 o'clock. And had good long days. Yesterday got in 690 miles, and got pretty close to that today as well. I think got about 675. Yesterday was from Baytown, Texas, in our company yard, where I started the day, where I hooked up the night before to the trailer, and then drove to Heston, Kansas, to the Casey General Store truck stop. Now, when I go up this way to I-80, the conventional route is to go I-45 to Dallas, pick up 287 and cut to Amarillo on 287, stay on 287, go to Lyman, Colorado, pick up I-70, loop around Denver, come north on 25 to Cheyenne and pick up Interstate 80. Well, there's about a 6 to 7 hour stretch from Amarillo, or just north Dumas, or just north Boise City, Oklahoma, on 287 to Lyman, Colorado, about 6-7 hours. Desolate. Desolate as can be. You have a flat tire or you have a breakdown. It's a 2-lane highway, and I regard it as basically unsafe. And over the years, they've made no effort to widen, go to 4-lane highway. And so from Houston to Cheyenne, I go through Dallas, I-35, Oklahoma City, Wichita, US 81 north to York, Nebraska to pick up Interstate 80, then to Cheyenne. So you're going basically straight north and straight west instead of going diagonally. And it's about 1.5 hours to 2 hours longer. 2 hours is approximately 120 miles. And in the grand scheme of things, that's nothing. In trucking, that's 2 hours and 100 miles is nothing. And so I go where there are numerous truck stops of all sorts of varieties, numerous Love's truck stops, all manner of truck services, convenient and easy to access. And none of my managers have ever had a problem with burning up 2 extra hours or extra 100 miles, 120 miles worth of diesel if it meant things were safer. Well, which I did. You get what you want oftentimes by couching it in safety. By the way, here's the George Wostenhome razor for the head. There we go, a little bit better, maybe. Okay, good enough. It's been several days since I've had a haircut, which I plan to do day after tomorrow in Boardman, Oregon with my clippers. I'm not going to video that, that's just silly. But the point I want to make is, with just a couple of days more growth, I think my haircut was on Monday, and today's Thursday, so 4 days ago. And just with, you can see how much more defined my lines are, and I can see them so much more, see the lines so much more easily without my glasses. Now with the video, you never see me with my glasses. we'll call it quits with that. We're done with the face shave. We're done with the head shave. And, okay. We got the Ozma alum block. Give it a good rub. Oh, it's very nice shave. It's very close. And I will say it feels very much like a Shapton Glass 30,000 synthetic. And so the Robeson Sure Edge, the George Wostenholm on the head, the Zingari Man Navigator, very nice artwork there. And the Zenith. I'm going to rinse that out thoroughly. But that's it. Thank you very much for staying with me, and I'll see you likely Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday down the road.